Hello everybody, reached my channel on YouTube, which is a channel all about cross-stitch and my journey to stitch all the things. Today is Monday, April 28th, and this is Flosstube number 14. My name is Katie. For anybody new to my channel, welcome. It's nice to meet you. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and do all those YouTube things that make us feel like we're important. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. It is a joy to have conversations with each one of you, and I just love being a part of this community. Thank you so much for welcoming me. It means the world. I am behind. I know I got mentions from people. It's been a crazy busy time, and I will catch up soon and hopefully mentioned me in my next video. I just did not have time to catch up over the weekend. I have so much to talk about. I don't know how, but somehow we're at the end of April. It's a total scramble, and May's starting, and there's plans and fun, and I just, so I have notes everywhere. First off, I have to stop and say, wow, we hit 500 subscribers. I cannot believe it. That is amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing, and it just, I just can't even believe it. It's fascinating to hit 500. I can't wait to see where it goes next. It's just wonderful. I appreciate each one. Thank you a million times from the bottom of my heart. In honor of 500, I would like to have 2 giveaways. I will announce the winners on Flosstube 16 to give 2 weeks for people to enter if they would like. I think there's things you have to say. Let me remember, you have to be over the age of 18 so you can legally give me your address. Please don't say giveaway. I heard that attracts trolls. We don't want trolls. So do the things you know you're supposed to do, please. Unfortunately, it's only available to the United States. I just can't afford to mail anywhere else. I wish it was cheaper. I'm sure you understand. I'm really sorry about that. Who knows, maybe sometime I'll be able to offer one for everybody. I think that's all I have to say. I'm going to show the giveaways now. I am giving away Noel Gnomes, or however you say that, by Jardin Prive. If you would like to be entered into this one, please say gnome in the comments below. So that is the first giveaway. It is too cute. You know what? This isn't even Noel Gnomes. Huh. Shows what I know. I really thought it was Noel Gnomes. This is in the land of the gnomes. I'm not stitching this one yet, but I have it to stitch. That's too funny. I was like, wait a minute, there's a flower. So please say gnomes if you'd like to be entered in whatever pattern I'm holding up. The second one I would like to offer is a Primrose Cottage Halloween Quaker. I did this one. I enjoyed it. Now I would like to share it. If you have not done it, please say Halloween, and I will enter your name in the drawing for the Halloween Quaker. I'm going to have Jeremiah pick from the people that enter, and then you guys can blame him if you win or don't win. Remember, that's what we do on this channel, is we tend to blame Jeremiah a lot. Okay, that was that. On Tuesday, we had a Earth Day chat. The Stitching Owl set that up, and Karen, and I really had a great time. Charlie was there from Stitching with Charlie, Stitching by the Shore. Laura was there. There was several ladies. It was a wonderful chat. This time it was on Google Meet. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's just so much fun to be a part of people in the community. Is just wonderful. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much to Karen from the Stitching Owl for inviting me. I really appreciated that a lot. Okay, first things first. Like I said, I'm trying to keep track of everything. Spike saying hi by shaking his head. First things first, I would like to go through my whips. I do my channel. I had a really busy weekend and I'm tired, and on a normal day my words aren't good, which we've said when I'm tired they're that much worse, so I'm warning you now. It's gonna be a ride. On my channel I like to show my progress and what I've worked on since the last week. Then I can watch them grow and hopefully you enjoy it too. I asked you guys about doing a whip parade and the comments was fantastic. That will be coming soon. I have one more busy weekend ahead. Let me get that out of the way, and I think I'm going to do a daily walkthrough of my whip parade, and I think that'll be really enjoyable. Unfortunately, and a quick shout out to Adelaide from Adelaide Stitches, her daughter is not feeling well, so she had to put a pause on her videos. We really send get well wishes to Adelaide's daughter and hope that she gets well so that you can come back to Flosstube where we miss you dearly. Okay, so to my whips. Like I said, there's a lot going on. I was still doing the Spring Go Challenge and monthly magazine challenge group on Facebook. It's been such a blast. It finished now. I have one more call that I wasn't able to finish. I'll talk about that when I get to the challenges in just a little bit. So first we'll go through the whips. On Monday, I worked on Rainbow Dragon. It was call number 34 for Spring Go. It was my 4th time calling Rainbow Dragon. Here is what she's going to look like. She is by Paine Free Crafts, artwork by Bonita Doodles. I started her January 1st in 2022, and she's just beautiful. The colors are amazing. I enjoy every stitch. For some reason, she doesn't come out as much as I wish she did. I think because I'm focusing on Beer Dragon and, of course, Yggdrasil. Woo! He heard me. So she doesn't come out often. I really need to work on getting her out more often. Here is where I was before. Look at those colors. Isn't she beautiful? I am to day 34 on her. But then I also worked on her on Tuesday because she was call number 17. So I'll talk about both at the same time. I got 100 added for day 34 on Monday. And I got 100 added for day 35 on Tuesday, which is what you need for the Spring Go squares. And here she is now. I just love these colors. They're absolutely amazing. That is the end of this page that I'm working on, and I can't wait. I think after this one I'll go to the next page. I don't really know. This one isn't the typical full coverage because there's no background, so it's really kind of been different to work on. I have really enjoyed it, but it's like I don't know when I'm going to do the other horn, so I need to figure that out. So, but that's where I am on this one right now. And like I said, I have 35 days into this one right now. And I am stitching this on 25 count Lambswool Jobelan 1/1 complete X. So that is that one. After that, on Monday, I actually got to stitch some more. It was kind of crazy. I had a really good stitching day on Monday, which normally doesn't happen. I worked on Noel Gnomes by Jardin Prive, which I thought I was giving away, but I'm not. Here's what it's going to look like. If I can get that back in the envelope. Got it. I am stitching this one on 32 count Lt Mocha Lugana. Here is where I was before. I have 12 days into this now. On Monday, I added 221 stitches. I am doing this one 2/2. And here's where I am now. So I added this and this week. It's really, really cute. I'm hoping to do all of these this year, but we will see how that goes. I'm getting close. There's like one line in the rest of this line. So I just need to work on it. We all know how that is. Okay, and that was Monday. And I got this really cool project bag from a friend of mine. And that's where the Jardin Prive gnomes are staying. I love lemons. And she had that project bag and said she was giving it away. And I said, thank you so much. Okay, that finished the P acrostic and monthly magazine challenge as well for Jardin Prive. On Tuesday, I mentioned Rainbow Dragon, that I worked on her. After that, I pulled out Mother Nature. That was for the Earth Day chat. We was trying to work on something Earth Day themed, and I figured Mother Nature was the perfect fit. Here's what she looks like. She is from the February 2023 issue of Just Crossstitch magazine. They ended up doing 6 because they did the 4 seasons, Halloween and Christmas. Again, grand plans. I'd love to do all of them. I do not know if they'll be done this year. I do not know if winter will be done this year. I'm going to try. But I'm not saying that. I just know I would like to finish them sometime. Here is where I was before. I am stitching this one on a 40 count Illusion Verdal from Mystic Fabrics. A friend of mine gave me these fabrics that she wasn't interested in anymore, and I absolutely love them. I appreciate it very much. The designer of this is Stitchora from the Just Crossstitch magazine. That's important to say. I am using 2 threads over 2, so the coverage is good. And I added 204 on Tuesday for day 8. Trying to remember everything I want to say is so hard. I used this for the I Spy challenge for earth tones. I looked up a chart online and it showed the beautiful blues and stuff for earth tones. So this one definitely counted for that. I am very happy with the progress I got made filling in more of her beautiful dress. There's a little bird right here. I got that started too. I really love it a lot. Which I notice I say about everything. Which if I didn't like it, I hope I would put it away and not work on it. I have too much stuff that I enjoy. Okay, on Wednesday was Springo Call number 9. That is in my S column, which is Canine Quotes by Scarlet House. Let me check. I think it's Scarlet House. The Scarlet House. Here's what it's going to look like. I'll show you that while I'm putting this back. I'm stitching this one on 32 count Lambswool Jobelan 2/2. Right now I'm working on the Dogs Are Not Our Whole Life one. Then I plan on doing I'm Only Talking to My Dog today. I don't think I'm going to do the 3rd one in the set. It just doesn't call to me as much. I have already purchased the 2nd Canine Quotes from Scarlet House, and I look forward to doing those as well. Here is where I was before. Me and Jeremiah very much enjoyed trying to make a saying out of the words that was on it, which, trust me, make no sense whatsoever. Now I don't remember. If I didn't say, I'm using 32 count Lambswool Jobelan for this one, 2/2. The only bad thing about the clips is trying to clip your fabric every time. And here I am now. I added 100 for the 3rd time being picked for this one. It is day 6 on this project. And it's still kind of funny to try to read what it says. I really enjoy how it's turning out. So, okay. After that, I pulled out Beer Dragon. I have a monthly goal for Bear Dragon for $500 a month. I don't know why this month she was not happy to get work done, or I don't remember what. Anyway, here's what it looks like. This is artwork by Stanley Morrison. I absolutely love him so much. I am stitching it for my husband sometime in my life. It is by Paine Free Crafts. I am stitching it on 32 count Lambswool Jobelan 1/1 complete X. I started this one, yep, forever ago. I forgot to leave my note out. Now I forgot where my note is. Bear with me for a minute. I started this one in November 5th of 2018. My goodness. Here's what it looked like before this week. This is horrible today. I used this one for I Spy number 10, which was perfect because it was mythical creature. Here is where I am now. That's the whole thing. I am day 120. I also worked on it Thursday, which was day 121. The 500 just would not go in. Here is where I am, and it really isn't that confetti heavy, but boy, it's going slow. So I had 158 added on Wednesday, and I added 107 on Thursday, which is a total of 265. And I don't know why. It was just torture. It looks beautiful. I love the way it's turning out, but boy, sometimes it just does not want to get work on. It was fighting me every stitch. So, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to reach the goal this month, being so close to the end of the month. So I might just put him away and hope he cooperates next month. Sometimes that just happens. But it is absolutely beautiful when it works. On Thursday, we was leaving in the afternoon, but I was able to get Bear Dragon worked on for 107. I also got the Springo call for number 2, which was Lady Liberty. Here is what it's going to look like. It is by Keslyn. I found this for sale at a retreat and knew I had to have it. I am only day 8 into it. It was the 4th time being called for Springo, which is fantastic. Here where I was before. I am using 32 count White Jobelan. The thread is a Gloriana silk, which is crimson. Hang on. It is Crimson Pacific Blue Dark. It's a very pretty dark blue. For some reason, it does not like to show up on the camera, so we'll see how that goes. I am using 32 count White Jobelan 1/1 for this one. I got the 100 added for Springo before putting away. This is another one I hope to bring out more often. I need to figure out how to work on more stuff at the same time. Here's where I am right now. Let's see. It looks black, but trust me, it's a really pretty dark blue. Sometimes it shows up back here. But I'm just going row by row. There was a little bit of dark blue. Anyway, I'm just going row by row for this one. It goes quick, but it doesn't look like much. You have to kind of pay attention how the lines on the bottom of the stars grew. So trust me, there's 100 more stitches added. So beautiful. Okay, so then it was time to go for a fun weekend away, and that was all my stitching. I did pack Spring Quaker by Primrose Cottage, but I was so busy I did not get it out, not even once. So that's the way it works. So let me see. That was my whips. I worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different whips. It was a fast, short week. Oh, now let's talk about plans. Well, first, the challenges. Here is my Springo board. That is what I ended up with. I ended up with 2 vertical wins and 1 horizontal win, which gave me 4 points. They're doing entries in a giveaway for winners. There is also another one posted for if you didn't get anything in a column. Luckily, I had everything called. The reason the 33 is circled is that was the last call for Friday, but I have not got to it yet, so hopefully before the end of the month. Springo number 33 is in my I column, which is Patriotic Gnome Littles. Here is what they look like. They're by Waxing Moon Design, and I put them in the I row because I'm stitching them individual. So I will finish that one up, but because it didn't affect the winnings, I just went ahead and submitted my board the way it was. So that was a blast. It was the first time doing Springo, and I very much enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Carolyn and Robin, for hosting. It was wonderful. Thank you, everybody that joined in the chat. I enjoyed cheering everybody along, and it was so enjoyable, and I really hope we do it again next year. Also, I wanted to mention I have 2 whips left to finish I Spy for April. I need to work on the Mermaid by Lena Ova and the Spring Quaker again, which didn't come out. I have 1 whip to finish the acrostic for the monthly magazine challenge. I hope to get to that. So that's what I'm saying. It's the scramble to see, but also I can breathe and just be happy and do what I do and no worries. Do we believe that? So I know I have 2 days left for April. I know I want to bring out Spring Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I want to bring out the Black Pearl by Witchy Stitcher, and I would like to bring out Mermaid by Lena Ova. There is not enough time in a day. So we'll see what I actually bring out and claim done. If not, no big deal. I will move it to next month. Which, speaking of next month, oh my goodness, all the plans. A whole bunch of people are doing Mania. I am not. I have decided to nickname my May plans My Way May. So I'm going to try to do everything that I want to do, which we know won't happen. But I am going to do the I Spy for May. Here is what that looks like. That is in Stitching by the Shore, which is Laura's group. I very much enjoy the I Spy. It's laid back. You can plug in what you want. The goal is 200 per prompt, but they are very fun prompts to try to figure out what you can squeeze in. If you don't do it, it's no problem. If you do it, that's great. I love challenges like that. I am also doing the monthly magazine acrostic. Here is what the monthly magazine acrostic is. The theme is antique. For that one, I am doing Grow Together by Heaven and Earth Designs. I do not think I have talked about that one before on this channel. The reason that is on antique is my oldest whip, so I'm looking forward to pulling that out. And for this acrostic, I put small goals because, like I said, I want to work on everything this month, so we'll see how that goes. Then the acrostic is Mahogany, which is very cool. So I'll explain to you what's on the list. For the M, I'm doing Beer Dragon because it's Stanley Morrison. I would love to get the 500. We'll see if it cooperates. For the A, I want to add to my Peppermint Purple Sow. I work on that every 2 weeks, so which needs to come out this week because this week is week 18 will be released. For the H, I want to work on a Mill Hill kit at least 2 times. That's a goal that I've set in Semi-Sane, which is another Facebook challenge group that I really enjoy. For the O, I want to work on Mermaid by Lena Ova because it's over 1. For G, I am starting a new Glendon place. I will show that here in just a few minutes. On For A, I'm using the aviary, which is the Lola Crow bird cell. I still have to finish that beautiful frame. The new release will come out May 16th. I can't wait to see what that is. For the N, I need to do the May section of the nesting boxes, along the nesting boxes, which is another Jardin Prive. I broke it down and I'm doing it monthly, and with the goal of finishing it by the end of the year. I really enjoy it a lot. And for the Y, we have somebody's favorite, Yggdrasil, which is a pain-free crafts with a goal of $250 at least a month. We'll see how that goes. Most of the time he makes me do more. In monthly magazine challenge, they also have a birthday acrostic. Here's what it looks like. You can do it for your birthday. You can do it in replace of the monthly acrostic, but I'm crazy, so I like to do them both. For the theme, it's celebrate, so I picked far better things. I'll explain that one here in just a few minutes. Then for the acrostic, it's your zodiac sign. I'm a Taurus. So for T, I want to do Think of Spring, which is by Puntini Puntini. For A, I'm going to use Among the Gnomes. I think that's a new start. I don't know. I have to think about that. I might have put that on there accidentally. For you, I picked Mandalorian and had fun for this one. It's the ultimate project for Jeremiah. It was worth trying. You was hard. For R, I picked To Feel Rich, which is a new start. I'll explain that in a few minutes. For the other U, I picked Trust the Universe, which is by Sunflower Diaries. For the S, I picked Spring Quaker, which is by Primrose Cottage. I really would like to finish it by the end of May because I'll start summer in June. Yes, I thought I said it wrong, but I said it right. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. There is also a very fun challenge going on in May. Here is the graphic that Candy, the 614 Stitcher, has created. May is for mental health care Sal. I am joining in for my first time ever. I thought I would take a minute to talk about those two pieces, which I've been trying to think so hard about how to explain, so please bear with me. The first one up is Far Better Things by Sweetwing Studio. The saying on this one is there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. The reason for this one, when we lost my mom, we moved out of the house that we lived in Fort Wayne. My mom was, there's really no nice way to say it. My mom was definitely a hoarder. She thought everything had a value, and she wanted to have a garage sale and sell everything we owned. So we had every toy Jeremiah had ever had in his life. So, and wow. And every clothing that we had bought, and just everything. Her business was in the outbuilding that we had. And it was just, everything my grandparents had before when they passed away. It was very hard. We had to leave a whole bunch of stuff behind. When we relocated, we knew we could only take stuff that fit in a small storage shed. So we took the things that was very important, but unfortunately we had to leave some stuff behind that we very much cared about. When I saw this chart, it stopped me in my tracks, and I said, wow, that is so true. There's far, far better things ahead than any that we have left behind. And I need to remember that. So I knew that this one was definitely one thing I would like to start for the Mental Health May. As a reminder, don't look behind, look ahead, and be happy with the things I have, and just cherish the memories of what I had before. That explains that one. The second one I would like to do is by Waxing Moon Designs. It is called Frugal Samplings. I am doing the one on the right. I'm trying to remember. And the saying on that one, it says, to feel rich, count the things you have that money can't buy. It's another one that's a little hard to explain, so bear with me. When I was young, my parents got a divorce when I was 10 years old. My mom was the single mother that was now suddenly unemployed, and we struggled very much. We lived in a rent-controlled apartment. We was on food stamps. It was very, very difficult. But we got by, and we enjoyed our life together as much as we could. At 14, somebody came into our lives that moved us to Fort Wayne. She had a fantastic job and no family. So she enjoyed spending her earnings on my mother and me, which was fantastic. So we got to go on amazing, amazing vacations. When Jeremiah was born, she stepped up and helped with Jeremiah's life, and he got to go to so many amazing, amazing places. I am so extremely thankful. The things that we got to do, it was amazing as a child to go from having to worry about where your next meal was going to come to these lavish vacations and to see what the other side of the world was. Now that we have lost my mother and life has changed, we are, we're too rich to be poor and too poor to be rich. We don't live by check. We don't live check by check by any means. But of course, with the world nowadays, everything is so expensive. But I have always been a very big advocate of you do not need money to buy happiness. You just unfortunately need it for everything. So when I saw this pattern, I was like, oh my gosh, that is perfect. You should count the things you have that money can't buy. I've seen both sides. I've seen welfare. I've seen getting to go on fantastic vacations. Money really doesn't buy happiness. It really, really doesn't. Yes, I appreciate every vacation we got to do. But prior to moving, when it was just me and my mom, we took, she always said, the last $20 we had for the month. And we went to a theme park together. We camped. It was just me and my mom. And I remember that vacation more in depth than some of the lavish vacations that we was lucky enough to have. It was more about the who we was with and not the money that was being spent. And now we very much appreciate that. So this one will be wonderful to stitch and remember that money really does not buy happiness. And we know that. We are very, very happy now. Our new life is different. I haven't talked about it here. It's hard to explain. We went from a 4,000 square foot house with 4 bathrooms, and it was just amazing. It was a gift to be able to live there. Jeremiah was 9 when we moved in. We lived there for 15 years. Now we live in a 12 by 24 tiny home that we built ourselves. So when I've panned, you've seen, that's why me and Jeremiah we're in the same room. So we bought it's a metal shed and made a home out of it. And we absolutely love our life. And people don't understand it, and I know they don't understand it, to go from what we had to what we have now, and that we're living life so happy and thankful every day. My mom had some mental health issues. There is an easy way to talk about that. She had borderline personality disorder. I was unfortunately to blame for everything, the same as we jokingly talk about with Jeremiah, but in very much not nice ways. So it was a hard situation. And then she had a stroke in 2017, and it got harder. Her physical health declined, which made her mental health decline even more. So it was very hard. We built our cabin 7 years ago. It was our happy place. It was where we could go to just take a break. And then now it's become our happy home, and we celebrate it. We cherish it. We cherish every day here. My husband and my son and me have created a life that we enjoy living every day. And, we regret having to lose my mother, of course, dearly. I miss her dearly. but the life that we've created, we very much celebrate it. So now you kind of understand why Mental Health May and trying to be positive and everything that I've talked about is so important. You know, we love what we have, even though it's minimal, and we celebrate it every second of every day. I'll go ahead and stop talking about it. So those two pieces will be started for Mental Health May. Thank you, Candy, for hosting. I look forward to participating. If you're participating, please let me know. I would love to see what you're going to stitch to. Also, on the 1st of May, which is Thursday. Yes, Thursday. That is my mom's birthday. So I'm going to start this new piece, which is Spirits of the Watchtower by Glendon Place. She loved lighthouses. I love spooky things. Spooky Lighthouse was just meant to be. I bought the Sullivan's threads and the suggested fabric. I cannot wait. Yesterday I got everything ready to go, and the threads I'll put on bobbins, and I plan on starting that Thursday. I have a Christmas piece that's calling. I have a new not a new Mill Hill kit, but I have a Mill Hill kit that I haven't started that's calling. Laura from Stitching by the Shore asked me today if I'd like to do a Gnome Cell. I have so much stuff that's screaming for attention. So plans are stitch all the things. My way May. We'll see what happens. I also have a quick haul to show that I ordered on Amazon. You've seen them on my board, but I got a whole container of those little clips. I look forward to hopefully sewing sometime, and I've seen how beneficial these can be instead of just the straight pins, and I found a fantastic deal on Amazon, so I ordered those. They also had a fantastic deal on plastic bobbins. I normally get them from Hobby Lobby in a small bag. This was 360 of the plastic bobbins, and I love them. That's what I use for my DMC threads. I also got my first set of Seamrippers. When I was at a stitching retreat, a friend of mine had a Seamripper, and I used it, and I really understood the benefit. So they had this set of 4 for a really good price, so I went ahead and grabbed them to add to my stitching box. And then I grabbed a booklet that I've been seeing a whole bunch of people stitch from, and I was like, okay, the peer pressure. I had to have it too. It is Crossstitch in the Forest by Max Pigeon. I absolutely love this one and a whole bunch of the adorable patterns that are in it. I can't wait to look through it and pick out what I'm going to start first. But it's another thing screaming, of course. Does everybody have screaming things, or are you guys just like, oh, hey, I'll work on that? I have stuff that screams at me. It's very loud here. Okay, please hang on just a minute. Okay, I'm back and we have a friend. This is Jeremiah.
Hi.
You had something you wanted to say first?
Yes, I wanted to say thank you to everybody on here for the birthday wishes. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot.
So over the weekend, Jeremiah turned 27 years old. We won't talk about that. We kept calling it the age we won't refer to.
No,
I think
it's the age we shall not speak
I think we stopped talking about your birthdays after you turned 18.
18, yeah. No, because we celebrated 21. That was a fun one.
Yes, that was a fun one.
So we talked about 21, and then, now we're done.
What'd you do for your 21st birthday?
Went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Which started as a joke and ended up as a real thing.
We had 22 of us?
Yeah.
Or something in Vegas. It was amazing. Yeah, it was just amazing. Jeremiah really enjoys slot machine gambling, so he had way too much fun, and he played like 2 days on $20 and
3.
3 days. 3 days.
3 days on a $20 bill, and then I lost it all.
So anyway, this year for 27, it worked out. The Squared Circle Expo, which is a wrestling convention, was going on in Indianapolis. We started going there 3 years ago. A friend told us about it, and we said, what? We love watching wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We used to watch WWE. Now we watch AEW. Yeah. We don't really know why. We just some people joke about it being fake, but hey, you know what? So are soap operas
and movies.
And movies.
So
I watched it when I was a kid with my dad. When Jeremiah was 9 and we moved into our house that we lived in, we were like, I said, hey, I would really like to show this to you. Mm-hmm. We have watched it every week and all pay-per-views in the middle. Yep. So it's something we've really enjoyed as a family. Mm-hmm. We found out about this convention that you could go down there and you could
in Indianapolis
meet wrestlers. So it was really, really cool. So we got to go. Normally it's on Easter weekend that they moved it this year, and they announced that unfortunately they was going to move it to Jeremiah's birthday. Yeah. So I said, "Oh no."
So upsetting.
So upsetting. So we went down Thursday night and stayed so that we could be ready. On Friday we woke up and found a dog park. We took Spike with us. He had a blast. He ran and ran and ran. We had a good meal, and then the activities started Friday at 3 p.m. And then they was going on Saturday.
There was a wrestling show that evening that we went to that was amazing. Did we have a video from that?
Yes, but I have a bunch of pictures and I have some videos. If we are not friends on Facebook, please find me on Facebook. I have a link tree in my description so you can find me on Facebook.
Down below.
Rather than post it here, I thought that's kind of like too much.
Yeah.
We ended up, hang on, I'll let Jeremiah show you the really cool thing that we do. You can explain it.
We get the poster from the event. I don't know if it's going to show up real well.
Yep. Here, let me turn it. I'll hold it. You talk about it.
Yeah, it's autographed by all the wrestlers we got to meet.
Well, you get it autographed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go in the lines and get an autograph.
Some people get and stuff. Small pictures, like an 8x5 picture, and we just do it on the poster that you get because of our ticket. And then it's so cool. You can see, if you look at the top, if Jeremiah moves his head, see, Jeremiah, hold your finger up
over here,
right there. Is the last 2 years. This is year 3. Do you remember we met 10 the first year?
The first year it was...
He's going to go look. I don't remember. We just
figured out I think it was 11.
I thought it was 8. It doesn't matter. I think it was 8 the first year. It was 11 year 2. It was like 11 year 2. Anyway, This year it was 18. Yeah. So it was really cool. So they show the faces of the people, and then they try to find their face to sign, or they just sign wherever, because not everybody was on the poster. Yeah. I think they ended up having almost 100 people attend. 100 wrestlers come. They end up having like 4,000 people attend.
Yeah, it's a super cool event.
So if you'd like to see more video and more pictures, I will include this small video right here. So
we had an interesting thing happen. One of the wrestlers, I have got his autograph on the poster almost every year. And I met with him and told him that. The video that you are going to see after this video is they jumped the crowd and fought in the crowd, and he hit my wheelchair. So he hit the wrestler he was fighting on my wheelchair. So my wheelchair got used, not by me.
Luckily, Jeremiah had just moved out to a seat beside me, so he was not in the chair. But the way we know the wrestler, he probably would have done it with Jeremiah in the chair. Totally. But the wheelchair was not harmed. It was just sweaty.
Yeah, really sweaty. When I sat back down in my wheelchair, I put my arm on the armrest, and I went, ew, it's all sweaty.
So on Friday, the most exciting thing is you got to meet Will Ospreay.
Yep. AEW wrestler that he was in New Japan too, if anybody watches it. But he was super nice.
Super nice guy. We ended up waiting 3 hours to meet him. And the guy in front of us said, we just waited 3 hours to meet you. And he said, me? And he was really, really genuine.
Yeah.
On Saturday, we got to meet
Brett the Hitman Hart.
Yes.
If anybody,
I watched him when I was a kid.
But if anybody knows him, he was part of WWF way back. And like Mom said, when she was a kid, which was a long time ago.
It was a lot more than 27 years ago.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
It was an honor to meet him.
Awesome.
He has been beaten and broken over the years. And he wanted so much to stand up for the photo with Jeremiah. He struggled so hard. We were so worried that he was going to fall. Yeah. But he got up and we got pictures taken with him. He was an amazing guy.
Yeah, I was going to offer to help him up, but there was something weird about somebody in a wheelchair helping an absolute legend out of his chair that just didn't seem right.
So we really had a fantastic time, and Jeremiah had a fantastic birthday. Yeah. If you'd like to see more pictures, please check out my Facebook. Yep.
And the video will be at the end of
this. Yes, yeah, it's just too cool.
It's awesome.
So I think that's everything.
Is that everything?
You don't have any spins to do this week because I'm just trying to... Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in. How do we end? Find all the reasons you can to smile.
Yep.
Find all the reasons you can to laugh.
Yep.
I hope you have somebody in your life like Jeremiah that you can give hugs to. And good luck stitching all the things.
Oh, and hi, Adelaide.
Every time. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you next Monday.